Hello everyone, Neko here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Pokemon White. So, this will be my first Pokemon Let's Play. I am a big fan of Pokemon. I played almost every game, and I'm gonna take you along for the ride and teach you the ways of Pokemon. So, let's get started, shall we? Having a sip of my drink so I don't get too dry in my throat. So this here is Professor Juniper, who's the Pokemon professor, and basically she gives the speeches every other Pokemon professor has ever given and will probably ever give, which is we live in a serious world with creatures called Pokemon. They're fascinating, and humans and Pokemon work together to make bonds and accomplish tasks, and as any other professor, she's also gender blind. She's looking straight at me, but cannot tell if I'm a boy or a girl. For her information, I am a boy. Yes. She also has to double check if your gender stands correctly. And my name is, or will be, it's not my real name, Neko. For those who don't know, Neko means cat in Japanese. And also, this is quite embarrassing. So she's gonna introduce me to my two best friends. Yeah, she's introducing me to my two best friends. Social life is awkward sometimes. So this is Sharon. He's a calm, collected, the cool, smart kid, and this is Bianca, the more she works hard, but she tries too much and she's a bit childish. So I just want to get over this because I did scrap a recording of this already, and let's just say reading all of this took quite some time, and it was very, how do you say it, stuttery? Oh well. So let's get into the game, shall we, with this beautiful pan over the city we live in. Game Freak presents Pokemon White. So Juniper left something, and in my room, Neko, I heard from Professor Juniper, we can have a Pokemon. I don't know why I gave him that. Dot. What's keeping Bianca? Yeah, she's late as usual, you know. I need to come up with voices. Oh god. Am I a little late again? Sorry. Bianca, I've known for 10 years that you have no sense of time, but seriously, today's the day we can get a Pokemon from Professor Juniper. These voices are gonna change so much. I know, sorry. Neko. Sorry, Sharon. So, where are the Pokemon? They were delivered to Neko's house, so Neko gets first pick. Naturally. The Pokemon we are waiting for are waiting for us inside of this gift. Okay, Neko, you go first and take a peek at the box and gift box. I want to meet a Pokemon right now. So, how about no? I'm out of here. No, aren't you going to check out the gift box? Where are you going? Okay, fine. Neko opens the gift box. So, we have a letter from Professor Juniper. I have brought 3 Pokemon, one for you and one for each of your friends. Please settle your choice politely. Enjoy your Pokemon, Professor Juniper. Now we have the option of choosing our starter Pokemon. I am gonna have, for information, I'm gonna have bios covering the basics of Pokemon, or the Pokemons rather, but they are gonna be recorded by my future self, which means they're gonna be recorded after the actual live commentary's done. So yeah, I don't know what more else to say. I'm gonna try to make it go smoothly, but no promises, I'm not good at this. But, nevertheless, we have 2 Pokemon. We have Snivy the Grass type, Tippig the Fire type, and Oshawott the Water type. I asked my girlfriend, that's how creative I am, which one I was gonna pick, and she said the green one, which is Snivy, which is gonna be my Pokemon, or my starter Pokemon. So I chose Snivy. Hi guys, Future Neko here, and
I'm just here quickly to explain what you're going to be seeing in the BIOS. So on your screen you now have the BIOS for Snivy, which the future me is going to cover in a moment. But first of all, I want to just inform you what you're actually going to see. So first you have the Pokemon's name, and next to that you have the Pokemon's type. Below that you have the title of the Pokemon, followed by a picture of the Pokemon. Then you have the height measured in meters, and the weight measured in kilos. The stat graph you can see is the base stat of the highest evolution in that evolutionary line. So for instance, these are not Snivy's base stats, they are Serperior's base stats. The catch rate of the Pokemon, as well as it can be caught in both black and white version or just white version, and the same opposite, just black version. The percentage chance of getting a male and female, the ability, and the in-game text for its effect. Also if they have a second ability, and the little annotation next to it indicates that it's a hidden ability. That's all for me. Now onwards to the BIOS. First off, out of the Unova starters, we have Snivy, which is the grass starter. I personally, I don't really like any of the Unova starters that much, but I think Snivy is probably my favorite because he's very similar to Trico and the Trico line from Hoenn in Gen 3. As that's my favorite Pokemon line, so he kind of floats the boat. I mean, he's fast, he has a bit lower attack and defense, or attack and special attack, but some defenses to compensate for that. I mean, if you have his hidden ability Contrary, he can be quite a decent Pokemon, but otherwise he's just a generic grass type, and I think personally there are a lot better grass types in the game. Next up we have Tepig, which is the fire starter. Tepig is the generic bulky Pokemon. He has a lot of HP, a lot of attack, quite slow, and he's also quite criticized because he's the third fire, when he's fully evolved, he's the third firefighting type in a row, which is getting quite redundant. But I like Tepig. I wouldn't use him if I had a free choice, because I think the other two are much more appealing, and the fire types of this generation I quite like. The water type, which is for me the middle of the road choice. I mean, a slow bulky special attacker is not really my fit, but he's still a decent Pokemon. I mean, I like him more than Tepig. For ability, I mean, Shell Armor is nothing great as a hidden ability. Torrent, just the same as the other starters. I do think Oshawott is like in my tops of water Pokemon, because there aren't that many water Pokemon I really like. But overall, I think I'm just gonna stick with Snivy.
Snivy is actually, funnily enough, without any knowledge from my girlfriend, Snivy was actually the Pokemon that I played in my original playthrough of Black and White. Or Black and White 2, I can't remember. Everyone has chosen a Pokemon, so that's that. Hey, I know, let's have a Pokemon battle. Honestly, Bianca, even though you're still a weak Pokemon, you shouldn't have a Pokemon battle inside a house. Okay, so Bianca's insisting that we have a battle, and Black and White is the first version to have a different rival battle at start. Because usually you have one rival who picks the Pokemon you're weak to, and the other Pokemon gets left out or taken up by some side companion. In Black and White, however, you are fighting, since you have two friends, they pick one each, and Bianca, being the foolish one, picks the one you're weak to, and Sharon, being the smart one, picks the Pokemon that's good against yours. So, basics of battling, we press battle. We have two attacks. We have Tackle and Leer. Tackle does damage, and Leer reduces the other Pokemon's defense. So Snivy starts off with the move Tackle and Leer, which Oshawott starts off with Tackle or Pound. Pound, I think. I didn't pay attention. Pound and Tail Swipe. Tail Swipe does the same as Leer. So we easily beat Bianca, and oh god, my room's a mess. Yeah, Sharon's like, yeah, Bianca, you're not really good at this. What happened? She's pretending like nothing happened. Oh god. And Sharon restored our Pokemon. And Sharon, then being the smart dude, yeah, now she's like, oh, you should battle too. The room's a disaster anyways. You're not gonna fuck up my room harder. Oh, excuse the language. Screw up my room, huh? So we get to fight our second rival, Sharon. So Sharon has obviously the Pokemon we're weak to. If you don't know, Pokemon is a basically a rock paper scissors game where everything beats something except normal. And everything's weak to something. So in this case of the starters, you have the starter triangle, which is fire beats grass, grass beats water, and water beats fire. So yeah, not much else to say. We're tackling away at each other. You shouldn't lose these battles. So Tepig has Tackle Tail Whip. Then I'm guessing Oshawott has Pound Tail Whip, and Snivy has Tackle Leer. And that just happened. You know what I said? It was kind of hard to lose. Yeah, that's embarrassing. I don't actually know. Do you have a potion? No, you don't. So, well, yeah, this is a great sign of things to come, I can tell. So, I'm very sorry about the trouble, ma'am. Well, we can clean up. Cleaning up? No worries. I'll take care of it later. Shouldn't you be your way to meet Professor Juniper? Yes, thank you. Excuse me. Oh god. That's what happens when you block a John with your hand, apparently. Bianca's gotta go home first. So, let's have a talk to our mom. And happy music started playing. My Neko. Pokemon battles are so lively, aren't they? I could hear the Pokemon's cries clear down here. It sure reminds me of my first Pokemon battle. So, my mom was a Pokemon trainer. I mean, we had our dad in Hoenn, or in Gen 3, who was a gym leader, but I don't think there's been any other confirmed trainers. Another important thing I should talk about is that Black and White 2 and Game Onwards introduced the season system. As you can see, it's currently spring, because it's currently spring. It's based on date. So, before I continue, let's see what Bianca's parent has said. No, 1,000 times no! But I'm a good trainer who gets a Pokemon and everything. I can totally go on an adventure. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I'll be waiting for you in front of the lab, okay? So apparently Bianca's not really allowed for her dad to go on a Pokemon adventure. Let's see what he has to say. What nonsense is this? How could my daughter, who knows nothing about the world, be going on a journey with Pokemon? That's quite harsh, actually. Don't mind my husband, dear. He's just an overprotective. All childs go on an adventure with Pokemon. It's a part of growing up. So Bianca's not really. Her dad doesn't want her to go. Well, back to the season system. So there are Pokemon who can only be caught during winter, summer, spring, fall, etc., and places that can only be accessed. I will try and make sure I can show all of these things, but we'll see. So now, let's go and meet our friends. Our friends we had to get explained to us. Okay, let's go and meet the professor. Hi there, I've been waiting for you, drunk people. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Professor Juniper, we know your name. Oh, come on, Sharon, that's not the time to take things lightly. Today's a day to remember always, so it's best to behave yourself formidably. I'm good at yawning when I'm reading too long text. That's because once again, my name is Professor Juniper, and I'm researching when and how the creatures called Pokemon came into existence. Oh, that's unusual. You already had a Pokemon battle, so maybe that's why it feels as though your Pokemon has already begun to trust you. Yeah, I wrecked my room. Now we have the option to give our Pokemon a nickname. I am not creative with this, so I'm just gonna call it Serpent. It's gonna be our Serpent. Oh, I see. Are you okay with the nickname Serpent? Yes. So nickname will stay the same. You can only edit them via person. The nickname person. I don't know what it's called. It's been too long since I played Pokemon. So now they're talking about the Pokédex, which is a high-tech encyclopedia, which basically stores the data of the Pokemon that we encounter, and it gives us even more data on them if we catch them. So I obtained the Pokédex. Next, I will teach you how to meet Pokemon. You meet me at Route 1, okay? So, since the professor asked us, it's okay to go on an adventure, right? I can explore and maybe find out what I want to do in life. I think I'd like... Of course. We can travel however we want while we complete the Pokédex. Yep. Let's go. Sharon's the smart one. Oh, it's my mom. Hey, Neko, wait up! I walked out the door. Excuse me. Oh, there you are. And what did the professor have to say? She asked you to complete the Pokédex? I can't believe it. Well, I actually can. I already knew she was gonna ask. That's why I brought you 3D town maps. Take them with you. Yep. We're living in such a modernish world, and they give us a foldable town map. I mean, we have high-tech apps, but fine. Pokemon are cute, but they just, even though they destroyed your bedroom. And that's, yeah, Mom, that's the last time you're gonna see me until I return after my victory at Elite Four, and I'm the champion. So without further ado, let's head out to Route 1. But that will be happening in the next episode. So, in the next episode of Pokemon White, we will go into Route 1 and we'll see what Professor Juniper has to say about catching Pokemon. We'll be exploring our first route, battling some trainers, seeing some Pokemon. See you guys then.